Hi, everybody. This is Robert from GHTR, the Talk of the Nation. And tonight, I'm going to hit a little bit hard. I was actually told that, we're kind of burning up. We want to say something. We want to get out into the political stuff. But let me tell you first, actually, what is going on here. We are literally firing up GHTR for another go. And like our listeners from all over, you guys got to get in here. You got to like our page and everything like that. We just got to get out there. Come on, people. Let's make this right. So tonight, I kind of want to cover a few things, right? I think, honestly, to be honest with you, that what's happening right now in our United States, our country, it's our country. We live here. And we're allowing the government to take over. We do not have control of our country, period. And if you want to basically deny it, deny it. I'm just saying, we do not have control of our country. And that sucks, really, because it's we the people, but now it's we the government. Just like Joe Biden said, they control us. We do exactly what they say. It doesn't matter. Just like I think it's in Illinois or Indiana, where the governor there is going after people with their guns. It goes against the Second Amendment. I understand that, there's a lot of things going on, but mark my words, what just happened just recently, is the judge is going to do that. People are going to bark, and then there's going to be another shooting somewhere here in the United States because you got a couple idiots out there trying to kill people. To be honest with you, I think these people want to be killed themselves instead of they're thinking, well, if I go out there and I get killed by someone, I don't commit suicide, then I can get shot by someone and I'm going to go to heaven or something like that. That's not what's going to happen. Not going to happen at all. People are blinded by all this stuff, guys. I mean, seriously, think about it. We have a country that's really great. Now we got all these rules that we got to follow. We're supposed to identify people what they want to be identified. If they want to be a cat, we're being forced to identify them as a cat. If you don't do it, then you're in big trouble. And that goes across the whole spectrum. It never used to be a problem. And I don't care who you are, all right? You made it more of a problem than it was, because let me put it this way to you. I have no problem with someone being gay. I have no problem with someone being transgender. I don't have a problem with that. Matter of fact, I got a good friend of mine who's transgender, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, this person, I call her this person. It's either her or him. It doesn't matter to me. I call this person her. That's what I know, and does not bother her at all. It doesn't bother her. And if it does, then she comes to me and says, hey, I would rather be called him. Fine, I'll do that, okay? It doesn't matter. But that's asking me to do something. But don't force me to believe in that kind of bull crap, It's just not right. It's just not fair. It's anything but that, okay? Everything but that. It just jerks me so bad. That's why someone asked me this recently, oh, you must be a Republican, you must be a Trump supporter. You know what? You know what gets me? When did Trump, even though he was the president, he's no longer the president, he's a former president. When did Trump become that big of an issue for that we have to keep bringing it up? I mean, Republicans are Trump supporters. In my opinion, okay, I'm looking at this in two different ways. Trump did what he said he was going to do. And what he did is he showed the American people how corrupt our government really is. It doesn't matter if it's the right. It doesn't matter if it's the left. It does not matter if you're independent or whatever the case may be. We, the people, are getting screwed with no freaking lubricant up our gazubas. Just think about that. Seriously, think about that. Hold on, I got a text from somebody. I have a question. Let me tell them right away. Anyway, I cut this out. So anyway, So all this stuff that's going on, left, right, it's our government that's actually ripping us off to the point where we actually have absolutely no control over what they do. They can spend trillions of dollars, send billions of dollars to the Ukraine. Yeah, we don't have no say so on it. They just do it. Why do we have to do this? Why do we constantly have to go more in debt so they can be rich? Yeah, absolutely. And that's what it is. They're getting rich while we are sitting out here busting our butts, working like little puppets because no one wants to take a stand. And I know that there's people out there who want to do this. They want to take a stand, but you know what? What happens if they do? Okay. And I heard this one time. I heard these guys, they were talking on a podcast, and they were saying, we have a couple hundred guys that are ready to march upon, a couple hundred ain't gonna do it. We have retired veterans out there who are tired of this crap, and they want to bust forward to do something. Trump has nothing to do with it. Only thing that he did is he showed the American people how corrupt this country really is. It doesn't matter if it's left or right, just like I said. It's just completely my dad told me, he goes, I have never seen the worst administration in my entire life. And he's 86 years old, and he's like disappointed. He was actually a Democrat. He was, or he still is. And the fact of the matter is that he doesn't see the Democrats as the Democrats should be. And I've talked to a lot of people who are Democrats, and they are just embarrassed by this, what do they call that? This woke, extreme, way to the left, out of control, spending the money of the American people, and they don't give a crap. Yeah, listen, our government doesn't give a crap about you. They do not care, and they're not going to do anything. So the people, all right, we appoint these people, we vote these people in, and guess what? You know what happened with Trump? Trump exposed that our elections are rigged. Okay, you can get people out there on there and say, oh no, it wasn't rigged, but you know what? I am not a Republican. I am not a Democrat. I'm neither. I am we the people. I am an American person. I represent we the people, and that's how it is. And I'm telling you, people, that they are ripping us off no matter what. It's just like what's her face, Gretchen, here in Michigan. She's a freaking nutcase, honest to God. Seriously, a nutcase. I'm sometimes I'm without words. I hear everybody have their own opinion, but what I'm not seeing solutions. All they're fighting about right now is not to make America what it should be as we the people, but they're tearing us down. They're allowing, they let the Ukrainian president come and stand in front and literally do a speech asking for more money, billions and billions. Did you know that the money that they sent to the Ukraine, everybody in the United States who is an American citizen who actually has a social security number would get a check that, if you think about it, we all could have got a check for up to $5,000 to $6,000. The money that they sent to the Ukraine. Think about it. What would you do with that amount of money in your bank account? You could do a whole lot. Some of you might spend it, go buy TVs, computers, and all this other stuff. They might do that. But the fact of the matter, a person like me, I'd take that money, put it in the bank, and make sure that I never get behind again. Which I'm not behind now, but I'm just saying. The money needs to be there. The money should be there. Why should we give it to another country? We have no business interfering in that country's affairs. The only thing is, it does make you hear what's going on, but you got one side saying, oh, yeah. Oh, he's a crook. He's a crook. He's perfect. He's doing a great job. Biden is an idiot. He is the worst president in my lifetime that I've ever seen. And believe me, I've hated a lot of them. And you want to know the sad part is, I voted for Obama. I really loved in the beginning of his standards of what he was doing for the American workman. But then it fizzled out because according to what everybody's saying, that he was literally trying to dismantle our country. And here comes the big word, New World Order. New World Order. What is that? What does it represent? All I can see is when, you look at like Kirk Cameron played in Left Behind, okay? And what happens in that is a lot of people didn't get brought up. And that's how it's going to disappear. They're just going to disappear. They're going to be there 1 second and then they're going to be gone. Gone just like that. Of course, I don't think that that's the way it's really going to happen. I think that the spirit in them is going to go, and then there's going to be a body there. That's pretty much what I think. So anyway, getting back to what I was saying is, I actually forgot what I was saying. Jeez. Anyway, I was talking about our government ripping us off and everything else. But all I'm going to say is this. It's a shame. It is incredibly embarrassing to the rest of the world that we have an idiot, a total idiot in our White House. I actually, like I said, when I voted for Obama at first, I liked the second term. I said, get this guy out of there. He's destroying our country, bringing up racists, bringing up all this crap that he brought up. It didn't need to go that way, because you know what? I know that there's racist people out there. I know that there's cops out there that need a brain adjustment, whatever the case may be. There are bad people out there, but there is a lot more good people. And y'all want to frickin' dismantle these people? Are you frickin' nuts? That ain't gonna happen. We shouldn't let it happen. If more, I actually one time, I was asked to be a guest on a podcast radio station out of Houston, Texas. And they asked me what my actual opinion was in all this. And I just told them, Jesus, I go, I'm looking at things a lot more different than most people. I'm looking at it as these freaking people are just out of their freaking mind. They're tearing us down. And what I said was, they asked me what my opinion was of what actually is something that we could do to win this. Because we know that our elections are rigged. We know that they're going to choose. We were just blinded by it for years. This didn't happen with Trump. This has been going on for years and years and years. Okay? That's exactly what has been happening. And what are we going to do about it? We're going to do nothing about it. Because we can't do nothing. We can't stand up. It would take every patriot, every person who is an American, to drop their jobs and pick up a rifle and go to war with our own country. And that's when it's going to get ugly. People are going to die. But you know what? Here's the sad part. You got a lot of veterans out there that literally died, put their lives on the line. You got soldiers who died fighting for our country. You got all this other stuff going on. And guess what? Nobody's doing anything about it. They're not going to give up their homes. They're not going to give up everything that they have to come, fight for our country. You got dumbasses out there right now who are sitting there going, oh, we're training, we're getting ready to go to war. Well, what are you going to do? And then I heard another podcast where these guys saying, yo, we got a person who's going to take over the president's seat and he's going to run the country because he's got all this experience. No, you're not. That's not going to happen. We have to, they talk about the big reset. Yeah, the big reset should be firing everybody in our government. every single person that's in our government. Fire them all. And start with a new person and do the pyramid deal. President all the way down, his minions, whatever it is. You know, and pay them whatever that needs to be paid, but we give the raises. We tell them what they need, not the government doing themselves. They are screwing us, you guys, every day. I mean, look at the gas prices. I mean, those alone. I mean, so what if another country is paying $6, $7 a gallon? Here, we were self-energy independent. And this butthole, he reversed it. We were taking care of ourselves. We didn't need anything from any other country. And we were doing it. And what happens? What happens is we the people are too scared to do anything. I can't do it by myself. It's going to take everybody. And if anybody's listened to this, just know that this is what it's going to be like. And there's nothing you can do. There is absolutely nothing we can do to fix it. Nothing. Because it's too far, it's too far gone. But I can tell you, you know, you take Elon Musk, he's doing the right thing. Buying Twitter, he's eliminating. We have the right to free speech. It's written in our Constitution. These people are not going to take away our Constitution. They want to, but can they? Well, they seem to be in control of us, so why wouldn't they do it? Yeah, just what I thought. Do I want to do something? Someone might come up and say, hey, if you want to do something, why don't you do it? Okay, one person, I'm going to walk up to the White House and say, hey, I'm taking over the White House. I'm going to end up in jail, put in a dungeon somewhere where I'll never be seen again. Yeah, one person to walk up there and say, hey, I'm an American citizen. I'm firing you right now. You know what they're going to do? They're going to laugh. Go, really? Yeah, I am an American. We have the right to do that. We have the right. It's written in the Constitution. We have the right to remove our government from power. But guess what? How do we do it? And how can it be done? All you're going to do is pay a lawyer to go in there and do something? No, you can't do that. It's not going to happen. Because nobody can make that move. Nobody can make that move. They control us. They'll do whatever they want. They can kill us. Talking to Kris the other day, and Kris was talking about, about terrorist cells throughout the United States. You know what? Think about that. Think about that. All those thousands, millions of people coming across the border with orders to build. They don't, they can build bombs. And guess what? I guarantee I know exactly what they could do. What they could do is, instead of having like a nuclear device or a bomb, there might be bombs. There might be bombs where they're going to kill a lot of people. It might be. Biowarfare. Nastiest viruses. And eliminate as many people as they can in the United States. Yeah, think about that. Think about how that would increase somebody's real estate that they have. How and you think, well, yeah, we got no. There is no cure. There is nothing. It's something that would die with the last person who had it. Contain it, put people in concentration camps, and they're gonna call it what? Think about what they're gonna call it. They're not gonna call it concentration camps. No. What they're gonna do is they're gonna say, oh, this is a quarantine. We have to quarantine these people, and all these people in these quarantine places are going to die. They're going to keep dying. There's been pictures. There's been things of like they have these like things that look like coffins, and there was a story about it that these coffins are made, for for 3 people, they could put 3 people and then bury them in these coffins. They're made out of kind of like a plastic deal. I don't think that would work. I mean, why would they want to bury all these people in the ground? What's it going to achieve? They would be better just to have incinerators and just keep loading the bodies in. At least if they do that, maybe you think about it. If they're going to incinerate all these bodies, why not use the energy to heat homes and stuff like that for the people who are the puppets? We're the puppets, people. We are the puppets, and it's so sad that we have to go through this, you know. And it just gives me pain to think that we are allowing this to happen. We're allowing this to happen. We're doing it to ourselves. We're allowing it to happen, you know. And what are we going to do about it? Absolutely nothing. We're not going to do nothing about it. You know why we're not going to do nothing about it? Because no one can take that, you know. No one can literally take that first shot. No one can march up, and there's no way we can do it. How are we going to do it? How are we going to take our country back when it's so far gone? They're taking over our country, people, and they're doing it all for money. What are they gonna? What's the power of the money going to be like for these people? Let me ask you that. It just blows my mind. Everything blows my mind. I mean, literally, completely, just irks me to no end. You know. And so, with that being said, you know, if you think about it long and hard, what's it going to take? Seriously, what's it going to take? Well, it's going to take something like this. You know, we the people who have and do what we need to do. So we the people are supposed to be in control of our own government. But guess what? Like I just said in the past 20 minutes, that I swear to you that it's not that way. It's not that way because they control us. It's not like Joe Biden said, like I said earlier, it's not we the people, it's we the government. We tell you what to do and you shut the hell up. Go sit in a corner and wait for us to control you. We will tell you where you're going to work. We're going to tell you how much money you're going to make. We're going to do all that stuff. All right? Get it? I hope you get it. Because that's the way it's going to be, and there's nothing we can do about it. There's nobody that's going to take that first one. There's nobody that's going to be able to do that. And yet we, the people, have lost control of our country because the government is ripping us off. Like I said earlier, we are being ripped off, and they are in control of us. And that just blows my mind. Blows my mind to hell. You know, here at GHTalkradio.com, you know, we're building a platform where we can try to get away from the political side and give you more entertainment. But even then, our minds are blowing up thinking, how the hell can we talk about anything else when everything is so freaking messed up? So we're going to try that. We're going to come back on. We're going to have some really good shows. We're going to have really special guests coming up. I mean, we're going to have some movie stars coming here and talking to us. Artists, up-and-coming artists, everything. And try to put this BS behind us. That's what we want. We have a show coming up next Saturday with me and Kris. And it's all going to be about the political side. And now probably, hopefully, will be the last show we do that has political. But unfortunately, the way things are going, our country is such a mess, we're going to have to talk about it. They're forcing us to talk about it on a podcast that we want to talk about other things. But people are so freaking fixated on these freaking people destroying our country and literally destroying our country. And we have no control, like I said. Just got to find us and support us. And that's all you got to do. Hey guys on TikTok, thank you for watching this video. Catch us at GHTalkradio.com. Find us. Anyway, so with that being said, everything that's actually happening, right now, you got to put some thought into it. Put some hard thought into it. Think about what it is. Think about what you could do to help our country to be better than what we are now. We need to be better. We need to be in control of our own country. But again, how do we trust what the voting is? See, here's the problem. There is now doubt in our voting system. Everybody says, well, that's because of Trump. Well, you know what? It very well could be. He probably exposed it to the point where, hey, it was rigged. Now people are going, really? I trust our country. I do trust our country. I want our country to be... I don't even know what to say anymore, guys. I really don't. My nose itches, by the way. So anyway, hey, I want to thank you for watching the show. Remember, subscribe, hit the like button, and just follow us and support us. We're going to have a lot of great shows coming up, things that you're going to want to watch. And trust me, it's all going to make sense at one point. I know I skip around a lot, and I apologize for that. But again, when you're talking to yourself, you're kind of like talking to yourself. Even though I know I'm talking to you guys, I just need to do it. All right. So anyway, thanks for listening. Catch you on the flip side. Take care. Have a wonderful week. Remember, tomorrow's Monday, and there's always a Friday. Unfortunately, the people work on the weekends. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry about your bad luck. I know I'm working tonight on Sunday, and who knows? But I know I got a buttload of work to do tomorrow, and I cannot be disturbed at all. So anyway, all right. Have a good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. See ya.